Hi guys, it's Emily from Novell Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my reading catch up, April week 4, and it's been a mixed bag. And when I say that, I really mean it. I've had some great books. I've got 2 4.5-star books, 1 5-star book, and 2 4-stars. But then, on the other side of it, I've got 2 3.5 stars, which were not as good as I wanted, and 1 2-star, which is again not as good, not good. That's why I'm counting this week as a mixed bag. So it's technically the last week in April. So next week's reading catch up will say May, even though technically the books that you'll be seeing next week, I doubt I would have finished any of them in May, because obviously I film on the Thursday and the last day of May is Wednesday. So it's kind of weird that I'm saying about week 1, but yeah, it'll be that. But I'll be telling you what books I'll be starting May with. You'll be seeing what books I'm starting May with, which has got to be fun. You'll be seeing what ones I'm enjoying and how I ended the month, so kind of counts. It's just the way these weeks are overlapping, and I'm not going to get stressed about it. You guys don't mind. I'm chilling. I've read more than I expected, and I've got some great books. But I don't want to ramble, because let's show you the books. I'll tell you what I'm currently reading. So today, which obviously I'll film on the Thursday, I'm starting Jules Verne's Journey to the Centre of the Earth, which is the last book for Charlie's Readathon, and that is for a book that is different from the norm. I can't remember the symptom for that, but it's for the book that's different from the norm, because I don't really read sci-fi. I don't really read, certainly, Journeys to the Earth, and apparently Kat said it's a bit weird. It's like a classic. It is a popular classic, and this is a complete and unabridged version. So the ancient parchment has bearing the mysterious crypto maps and most hazardous journey of Professor Lindenbrook's career. With his nephew and guide for the professor travels to Iceland. The journey to the centre of the earth begins at the summit of the volcano and takes them down through secret passages along desolate underground sea populated by prehistoric marine monsters. It's a classic marine monsters. No idea, but I'm going to be tackling that today. I don't know how much I'm going to be doing this today, because today is insanely busy. After filming this, I've got workout to do. I have an online course that I'm doing, and we've got stuff going on. So I'm going to aim to get to about half of this today, and then read half it tomorrow. But I also need to finish today the boyfriend material by Alexis Hall. This is a book that the lovely Olivia from Olivia's Catastrophe recommended. I'm about pretty much halfway through it. So, but I'm aiming to read a lot more of this today. So I think I'm going to be less focused on that than I am on this. This is a really good LGBTQI romance. It's a fun one. I don't necessarily think it's like 5-star romance, but it is about the fake dating trope. It's set in London. It's got like a washed up character and then a straight laced character. And it is really good fun. I am really, really enjoying this, and this is just what I needed, and it will probably work really well alongside that. Now to the Crudley books. Sorry, Katie. I know Katie's a massive Charles Dickens fan, but Complete Ghost Stories by Charles Dickens was my TBR pick, and it went blop. I rated it 2 stars because there was only one of these short stories, the Christmas Carol that I enjoyed. Only one. I do not like short stories. I've got to stop trying to read them. I've got to stop thinking I'm going to like them. I've got to stop thinking that if I spread them out, it'll work. It doesn't. I do not like short stories. And Charles Dickens ones were literally even more cuddly. I did not enjoy this one more bit. So it's going in the bin. Then to a book that I'm seriously worried that Angela from Reading Off My Shelf may kill me. And I'm seriously worried that some people may judge me. Even Charlotte from Courtney Reads may not like this, but this is the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. This is 3.5 stars. It's my second book in the series, and I won't be continuing. I bought this full price of the works, and I regret it completely. Basically, the first book, the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, I read last year with Kat, and it is okay, but all it is about the sexy stuff. There is so much sexy stuff, but there's not enough plot to go with it. I thought Cinnamon Bun Bookshop, we'd get a bit more about the books. Nope, nope, nope. All it is about a girl, Hazel, who who's got this gorgeous and outgoing fisherman, Noah, who's always up for an adventure and a scavenger hunt that sounds lots of fun. Yes, it's got diverse characters. Yes, it's got a bit of this. But the lead character, what it is with these kind of books is, the lead character, always skinny little girl. Oh, it doesn't take much to flip up her skirt and lift her up and I can pick her up like this and she's got small, like, nice titties and all this other stuff. I am done with people, every single lead flipping protagonist is a skinny little shit. Good for them. I'm happy for everyone of all different sizes. But can we at least once in a while have a curvy book, a curvy character, or characters that are not just skinny minis? It's driving me bloody insane. And all the men have to be buff, big, sexy men. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I like saucy male characters. I've got another romance coming up. But all it is, it was all about the sort of sexy stuff and not enough about the book and not enough about the storyline. I am done with this series. I am not carrying on. Goodbye. Then to the one that really disappointed me. Another disappointment. And this is Gilded by Marissa Meyer. Have to keep this because I've got the sequel to it, Cursed. I loved when I read it, like the Lunar Chronicles. I decided not to keep them because I read them originally when I borrowed them from Charlie. She's since unhauled hers, and I really enjoyed them. And I tried listening to this on audiobook last year or the year before last, and I didn't like it then. But for some reason, I bought Cursed without realising that I needed to read this first. So I'm going to keep this because you need to read this before you read the next one, the sequel. But it's like a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, and it just wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. It was all right, but it just didn't grab it. It was not like the fantasy books that I've been loving. So I am keeping it, but yeah, and I'm hoping that when I read Cursed, I will enjoy it more, but it's not like up there with the Lunar Chronicles in my eyes. So maybe she's just not an author for me now. I don't know. Maybe my fantasies have all changed. Then to the good books. Like I said, mixed bag. This one is Begin Again by Helly Acton. This one I will lend to my mum because it's, but it may destroy her a little bit. And it's about Frankie Mackenzie is feeling unsettled, like something is missing from her life. Then straight away at the beginning of the book, she dies, and she gets a chance to go back to it. Loads of different decisions she made, and see what decision she chose. And yeah, it's interesting. It's not amazing, but it does get you thinking about the choices that we make and what our lives would be. And it is interesting. There is little bits how some of the storylines interconnect, some of the choices she makes interconnected. And it is a good book. Not amazing, but it's good. And Helly Acton is a good writer. I did enjoy one of her books on the shelf, so I think Mum might like this. I'm not sure. To be honest, actually, I don't think she will. No, Mum's not really into that. And then the next one is The Strange Adventures of H, which is 4 stars. I rated it. It is Sarah Burton's books, and I swear to God, I can't remember which book Sarah Burton's written. I swear I know I've heard of her by more authors, and I don't like it when they don't tell you. I don't know if she's written other books. And I think she might have written other books after this. But this was good. It wasn't amazing, but it was good. It was historical fiction. It is very hard-hitting. There are bits that are really, like, take your breath away. And orphaned young, H is sent to live with her doting aunt in London. And H's life is a happy one until her lecherous cousin robs her of her innocence. Yeah. There are some very tough scenes in this, and it is sort of set in that sort of Regency sort of time, I think. It's set at the time of the plague as well. And prostitution's quite rife in it, and that is the main sort of thing. And it's tough. It's a tough book, but the writing was really good. I did really enjoy it. Not necessarily one I'm going to keep, but it was a really good book. But now to the 4.5 star books, and they both were really good. I've only got one actually that I'm going to lend to Mum, but they were really good. And the first one is 8 Lives of a Century-Old Trickster by Miranda Lee. I will not be rereading this. This is why I'm not keeping it, because even though it was 4.5 stars and it was a great book, it was longlisted for the Women's Prize last year, but it didn't get shortlisted, and it probably should have done because the writing was incredible, but it was very, very hard hitting. I buddy read this with the lovely Chatty from Mad Chatter, and I'm so glad I read this slowly, because there were points in this at certain ones of her lives that you really literally were like, oh, and I was like, no, I need to put this book down, and I had to rest afterwards. I was glad I read it in the morning. some of these different tricks to lives, because she's had like 8 lives effectively, and some of them are harder hitting than others, and you need to be aware of that. There are lots of really big triggers in this. So it's sort of set over in Indonesia, and it's in Busan and the Korean War and China, and set all over in the Middle East. And it does talk about the really different things that happened to this lady in this, and she's telling her story to a lady, and it's very hard hitting, but it was one that I really am so glad I picked this up, and I'm so glad I read it. I know lots of people liked it last year, and lots of people said it was a really good win, and it should have gone on the shortlist last year. And I'm so glad I read it with Chatty, because she was really incredible reading it with her. But yeah, there's 4.5 stars, really good book, but not one I can see me rereading because it was too hard hitting. Now to the book that is my ad PR product, but again, it's not a paid product because I got sent it to review. I've read it. I am not going to talk too much about this because my review is on both Goodreads. No, it's on. I don't do Goodreads anymore. I need to actually delete it. It is actually on Instagram and on Amazon. All my reviews, some of my big reviews. If I'm doing like read along books, my reviews are going on Amazon now because that's what helps the publishers. I will say this is a romance. It's set in Corfu. It is really big. There is some bits in this that if you look at my Instagram stuff, you'll see there are some bits that I connected to. Basically, Ruby arrives in Corfu and she's greeted by this gorgeous location. I went to Corfu when I was in early 20s before I met Chris, and it's beautiful, and the locations are described beautifully, and it's all about a chance to run away, a chance of a new future. Yes, we do get the dark, brooding, sexy male, and we do get Ruby is quite, I'm guessing she's slim and pretty, but it's not the focus of it, and it's the focus there. Deeper stuff that's happened to Ruby that's built her to this point. And we've got other great characters. Her aunt Hazel, who she goes to stay with, is brilliant. We've got there's like a funny barman, and it is just a really good book. It is a romance. It's a getaway romance, but it's done really good. There are a bit of saucy stuff, but it's not too much shoved down your throat, and the plot is way much better. And this was a really good book. And also, I say the author was amazing because she commented on a lot of our posts. She was really involved in the tour, and I think that to me makes me like them even more. So I'm definitely going to be looking for more Francesca Catlow books. I would recommend her to everybody. Now, so the last one's a 5-star, which everyone could have predicted. It was the one that it was 50-50 on the poll, and then someone commented and said to read it, and this was the one I really wanted to read. And this is A Little Trickery by Rosanna Pike. It was longlisted for the Women's Prize this year, but it didn't get shortlisted, and I've got no flipping idea why. It is 5 stars all the way. Yes, in this, there is some stuff that happens right at the start where you're like, oh, it's very hard hitting, but Tib, the lead character, is just brilliant. Female. It's set just for like in the Tudor era, but you're not actually at the Tudor court. And a lot of people like this book, and they reckon it should have been. It's another one that should have been shortlisted. The shortlist for this year, I've got hardly any interest in, and I think I want to read Fundamentally, but that's pretty much probably about it in the whole shortlist. I do want to read Safekeep, but again, I'm not rushing. But this was just, I bought it when I went on my London trip. It's 5 stars all the way. Like Tib is like literally going across medieval England, and she's got like, she meets friends along the way, and she's all about the little tricks that she makes, and some of them are dangerous and some of them are scary, and I hoped we'd have a good ending, and I'm not telling you what happens, but this was exciting. The chapters are really short, so you can literally fly through it, and I bloody loved this, and it was 5 stars all the way. But it is one that's Mum's not going to necessarily want to read, but it was good. This video is not going to be too long, thankfully, because I wanted to. And what's been happening? So what thankful things have we got? Obviously, it was Easter at the weekend. I'll put some pictures up. I'll put 2 pictures of what the kids all got, because the kids don't want pictures online anymore. That's totally support that. And what the one that's the smallest bit, that's what I got. Although I have kind of accidentally nabbed some of Thomas's chocolate, but he hasn't seen. I'm cheeky. But also, like last Thursday, I went for a lovely walk to a hill near us. You would have seen on my Instagram post. Again, I've been pretty good on there. And we went for a lovely walk, and we went to the Bluebells, and my dad is scattered in Bluebell Woods where he was born. And me and Thomas went for a walk all the way around the Bluebells, and that was such a happy moment, and it was just really lovely seeing them all. And then on Good Friday I had to work, unfortunately, but I had a hot cross bun, which was something my dad used to do. It was one of my only earliest childhood memories of my dad going to the bakery near us. It was one time he actually got it when he wasn't working. He'd always go to the bakery on Good Friday and get us hot cross buns when we lived over in a different area of Bracknell. And it brought like a lot of happy memories. Unfortunately, it did mean that mixed with all my hormonal gynae problems that I'm having, I was a bit of a emotional mess on Good Friday morning when I went to work. But I'm thankful that I had people there to support me. I am pretty a bit all over the place, got stuff happening, and with the op coming up in May is literally an insane month. So it's been quite emotional. But yeah, it was great. Easter Sunday we spent with Chris's family, and it was lovely spending time with his family, and we played Jenga, and his dad was so cheeky, and the Jenga things, and it was really good to have proper family time over Easter, and I really did enjoy that. And then on Tuesday I went to the library, and I did something that is not normal for me. I picked up books that were on my Amazon wish list because I couldn't decide. I was trying to look for women's prize books, couldn't find them. Trying to look for Spoonie's books. I had the kids with me, so I couldn't necessarily look as much as I wanted to. And then I saw this book first, and I'm not a massive Jenny Colgan fan. I've unhauled quite a few of her books, but this was on my Amazon wish list, and it's coming out in paperback soon. So it's Close Knit by Jenny Colgan. I'm trying to decide whether I read this first or I read the next one first. But this was a contemporary by Jenny Colgan. I believe it's sort of set in Scotland, in the Scottish Islands. That's where all her books are set. It's not too long. It's like 350 pages. But it's on my Amazon wishlist. I thought if I like it, I can buy it eventually. If I don't, then no, I've read it. And then I saw this one, and I had to read it. I know, you guys know I'm a TJ Klune fan. This is The Bones Beneath My Skin. And even the library had the sprayed edges edition. But apparently this one is actually a sci-fi book. So it's set in 1995, and Nate Cartwright is at a loose end. His parents are dead and his older brother has disowned him, and he's been fired from his job. Looking for a sense of direction, he returns to a family cabin in Oregon. The cabin should be empty, but it's not. Inside is a man called Alex, an extraordinary little girl who calls herself Artemis Darth Vader. There's far more to art than meets the eye. But as Nate and Alex bond over how truly special she is, they discover that powerful forces are closing in, forces that want nothing more than to control her. I am so looking forward to this. In some ways it would work for Charlie's Readathon. It is mahoosive. It is 381 pages. But I kind of feel like that might be good to end the month on a book like this. I'm pretty sure, knowing me, I think that's going to be the one I would read. But if you got to the end of this video, leave me a bag emoji because it's been a mixed bag of books, highs and lows. Let me know what you've been reading this week. Let me know what you've been up to. I love talking to you all in the comments down below. I will try and get better at responding to comments. I'm so sorry that I'm not responding to them quickly. Like I said, things are insane here at the moment. But I hope you've all had a good week. I hope that you're all ready for May. And if you're joining in with Speeds, let me know. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. Bring on my ding-a-ling. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.